go. Done. Damn it. 10,000 views. Awesome. Well, that's done. Now I just need to get the idea. Come on, Brad. Think. Alright, Brad, come on. Think. You gotta do something for 10,000 views. You know, something special and creative. Retrospective? I don't know, I do that with Doctor Who too much. Maybe each one kind of thing. You know, where was I then? Where am I now? Kind of thing. No, that doesn't feel right either. Wait. Characters. Yeah. You know, look back at some of the character investigation stuff that I did. You know, maybe talk about, I guess, where I started, but then talk about the characters, because that's what it's about. But who? Gotta do something early. You know, remind people of things. But who?
Hey kid, one sec. Hey kid, don't recognize me? Frank West? I covered wars, you know.
Mr. West? Frank West? What are you doing here? Well, kid, you know, I wanted to come down, give you some advice about this YouTube thing. You know, I know you've been at it a little while, and I'm proud of you for hitting 10K. You know, views anyway. But, you still got a bit of work to do, I would say. You know, one of the big things is, you know, you're doing investigations, you're looking at character stories, and you're talking about characters. I think you need to do a bit more, though. The big thing, definitely, is you need more evidence for, you know, your thoughts, your theories, etc. Without those things, you don't have much of a story. I mean, look what I do. Photojournalism. You know, I take the pictures of the graphic scenes and the good times to help accentuate the story. You're doing a video about, well, let's just use me as an example. You know, you could say, oh yeah, I covered wars and I went to Willamette and all that, but doesn't it really help whenever you show video of what I've done, you know, taking on psychopaths, finding the clues behind the conspiracy? See? Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess you're right, Mr. West. You know, I've been trying to work on that with certain videos, but I think, you know, kind of the issue I'm having is the time constraints, and also copyright's another big thing with that, because, you know, if you use too many copyrighted images or you use a clip for too long, all of a sudden, you know, YouTube's copyright bots are going to be all over your videos and flagging them, and you do that too many times and it doesn't go well. So I've obviously got to tweak my system. I got to figure out, you know, I got to find the good clips and I got to work them in, but I also don't want to overuse them. You know, partly for the copyright thing, but also I want the videos to be my own thing. You know, yes, I'm doing the research and I'm finding out this information about characters and actors and the like, but if I use too much stuff, it's not really mine anymore. But I think I see what you're saying. Thanks for that.
No, I get it, kid. But the thing is, if you want to keep doing this, sometimes you've really got to push that envelope. You have to do the different things that engage the audience. I mean, if you don't, eventually they're going to stop paying attention. You have to stay relevant. And one of the things that keeps you relevant is growing and doing more. So I think that's something you got to work on. I've seen what you're doing so far, and I like it. And you've made some steps, but you have to hit that good spot. And then from there, you branch out even more. You'll be more engaging. You'll get more fans. And, things will be different.
All right, Mr. West, I said I get it. It is important, though, and, I've got to work on that. So, thanks for pointing that out to me. I'm trying to move forward and make things better. But, now that we're past that, it's still pretty weird, that you, a fictional character from my past, have shown up here. So, what's going on? You want to try and tell me that?
Well, actually, there's kind of a funny story behind that, but it was kind of a long trip. I gotta save my game, if you know what I'm saying. Use the little boys' room. You get me?
Save your... really? Yeah, just turn around. It's actually through the door to the left. With all my cosplay stuff on it.
Oh, you mean right behind me here? Through...
Right.
My bad, kid. Just give me a sec. Get this hammered out, and then, we'll talk about what's going on. I'll tell you everything. It's kind of what I do. Got some, weird stuff here, kid. This rock guy. Little reindeer. It's early for Christmas, isn't it? Ooh. I like the guitar. Crown. How do I look? Right, sorry, P. Got it. You're a good kid, Brad. Don't change. And I will be right back.
Hey, Mr. West, you okay in there? You, you fall in? Need some help or something?
Come on, don't tell me like I'm not a toilet paper or something. No, hand soap, right? It's right next to the sink. Oh, good, cool, you're finished. You're not Mr. West. Wait, is that a real sword? Yeah, it is. Hey, dude, we don't have to, fight and get all slicey and dicey now, do we? I mean, we can, talk this stuff out, right? Give me one sec. TARDIS? No. Fireflower. Who am I, Mario? Hook? I'm not Croc. Sanji. No. Wait. Ha! Sword! Yeah!
Oh. Wooden sword, yeah. I'm a swordsman too, buddy. What do you think about that?
I expected a bit more of a challenge from you.
Oh. That's what you think about that. Well then, I give up. You're good. You wanna talk, or am I just about to get stabbed?
Calm down. I'm not here to hurt you. The whole sword thing was a test. Well, let's just say you didn't fare very well. Like, I think Usopp would have done a lot better than you did.
Okay, first off, ouch. Second, what are you doing here? You know, shouldn't you be with Luffy and everyone, finding the One Piece and fighting swordsmen and all that?
Yeah, you're right. Normally I would be. But the old man sent me. Told me about this YouTube thing you're doing, and he talked about how you knew me, you knew my story. And how, I guess there were some parallels between us. Like, I'm trying to become the world's greatest swordsman. You know, I made that promise a long time ago. You're trying to show yourself to the world as the character investigator. You know the thing that's similar between us? Both painted bullseyes on our back when we took up those promises. Because in order to become the best, I have to fight the best. I have to deal with Mihawk still, but that's beside the point. You have a ton. You have a lot of enemies to deal with. People are going to watch your videos who are going to tear you down. So I'll tell you something, kid. Fame, infamy, they come with the territory as soon as you decide to take up a challenge. So the question is, can you stand up to those guys? Can you stand up to the swordsman who just shows up randomly? That's what I want to know.
To be honest, I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, honestly, all this just started out as, you know, me making fun videos myself, and I was hoping to get my friends involved at one point, but kind of, you know, changed and grew into something a bit bigger than that, I guess. I mean, you know, now, like you said, I'm Character Investigator. I'm talking about all these different characters. And now that I've hit 10,000 views, I'm not going to say, like, I'm big yet, but I'm getting there. And, you know, I've heard other YouTubers talk about, you know, some people don't like their ideas, and honestly, some people can be very extreme, like, you know, death threats, or, you know, stalking or other crap like that. It's a bit crazy. But this is something I want to do. You know, starting out with characters that I like and talking about other characters that, you know, my friends may have an interest in, so that I can learn about them, and maybe I can, you know, look into new series and, you know, make, just find more cool, engaging things to talk about. Because, you know, characters are a big part of the story. And I'm sure eventually there are going to be some people who don't agree with what I'm saying. And you know what? I don't care. Okay? You know, sometimes, you know, I'll do an opinion thing on, like, oh, I didn't like this in this anime, or I didn't like that in this series. But for the most part, I'm trying to stay pretty objective. Like, okay, you know, what's this character's origin? What did they do? You know, what kind of adventures did they have? Stuff like that. You know, it's kind of hard to dispute that stuff. And if people have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Maybe your character shouldn't have made that choice. But, whatever. So, people get mad and they want to come at me with swords and stuff. Fine. Bring it. Because at this point, I don't care. I'm talking about characters, and that's the bottom line. And if you get butthurt about that, that's your problem.
Good. I like that. Looks like you finally grew a spine. Well, guess my work here is done. Alright. How the heck do you get out of this crazy maze of a place? God!
Sorry, Cough. No, you turn around and, you turn right, you go down that hallway, through the door, through the other door, just straight ahead, and then just down the stairs, and, you'll come down to the front door. But, what's, like, somebody coming to pick you up or something, or what's going on with that? Alright, fine, whatever. Good luck, man. Be safe.
Yeah, I think I got it. Alright. Thanks, kid. Be safe.
Wait, Zoro, no, not that door. Great.
Hello. Mr. Valiant, isn't it?
Hi, Mr. Hartnell?
I thought by now you would know that I'm commonly referred to as the Doctor.
Right. Hey, quick question. Did you see, green-haired guy, 3 swords, walk past you? I kind of need to catch up with him. He gets lost pretty easy.
Yes, the green-haired fellow. The green sash and the 3 swords. Yes, Mr. Zorro, I believe the name was. Oh, don't worry about him. He's back in the TARDIS, waiting with Mr. West, while we have our conversation.
Wait, so Zorro and Mr. West are in the TARDIS. Wait, so the TARDIS is back there? But wait, you're all fictional characters. How does that make sense?
Well, Mr. Valiant, you see, I too had heard about your 10,000 views special, and I wanted to do my part to contribute. So, I looked back through some of your earlier footage, and I found several characters who I felt could offer some good advice to you on your journey. And, well, I brought them along to speak with you.
Wait, you brought them here to talk to me and give me some advice. And now you're here. So, does that mean you have some advice for me?
Why, yes, Mr. Valiant. As a matter of fact, I do. And it's quite simple, really. I wish for you to keep the care in Character Investigator, as it were.
Keep the care in Character Investigator. Okay. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I don't get what you're saying with that. Like, you want to elaborate for me?
Really now, Mr. Valiant? I had expected a bit better from you at this point, but regardless, I will explain. I say to keep the care in Character Investigator because it is that passion about the different characters that allows you to do the research, to learn the backstories of these characters, to tell us their lives, their hopes, their goals, their dreams, and help us to better identify with them as people and not just fictional characters. I feel that it is that passion of yours to look into their stories, to inject some of your empathy into your videos that really allows your investigations to be so engaging and interesting. And I think, without that care for each character, things would be very much different, and you wouldn't be where you are today. And that is definitely one of the most important elements of this series, is to keep the care in Character Investigator.
Huh. Yeah, I think I see your point. And I'll do my best to that end. And I just want to say thanks. I mean, in spite of all logic and fictional rules. You brought everyone together to try and help me out a bit. And I don't know. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but it says to me that, my work kind of means something to you guys at least. And I think it's cool, that you brought everyone together. I started doing this, like 8 years ago. Basically just going with whatever random ideas I had, reviewing things, not really news. And then I finally found the cosplay enthusiast and ultimately the character investigator later on. And I think, I can start doing some good with that, talking about different characters, showing their stories, showing that, you and the others are more than just, fictional ideas, that you're real people with thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and, it's not ridiculous for people to appreciate who you are and what you do. And apparently, I'm not alone in that idea, because I've got the subscribers, I've got the 10,000 views now, and I'm starting to figure out the formula at least. I still got a ways to go, but I think I'll get there. And I think part of that is going to be using the advice, you and Zorro and Mr. West gave me today. And I just want to say thanks for that. It's going to help a lot, and I hope I can live up to your expectations.
Doctor, wait. Before you go, there was one more thing I wanted to ask you about. I know you've traveled through time and you've seen a lot of things, like, the future. Have you heard anything about me? Do I become big and successful on YouTube? Are they talking about the Character Investigator in like 20, 30, 40 years?
Mr. Valiant, I do in fact actually have an answer to that. However, I feel like it would be ruining the surprise of your life if I were to tell you that. Another man I once met said that a person shouldn't know too much about their future. Could create disastrous results, he said. So, I'll leave you with this. Only time will tell how successful Mr. Valiant Bradley James, the Character Investigator, really is.
I should have known you were going to say something like that. Can't blame a guy for trying, right? Thank you, Doctor, and good luck with everything. And I think we might be seeing each other again pretty soon. I've got some stuff to talk about with Doctor Who and Mr. Hartnell pretty soon. But I'll leave that bit of mystery for you. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good, does it? Sorry. Thanks again, and safe travels, I guess. Hey guys, and welcome to Post Credits for 10,000 views. Again, really quick, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Without you guys, I wouldn't have hit this cool milestone, and I think it's cool. I get to talk about all these different interesting characters, and somebody's actually listening. I never thought I would hit this point. And there's definitely room to grow, and I'm working on that. And yeah, so this is just one step on my journey through YouTube. Next stop, 100,000. Add another 0 to that. But I have to talk about a few quick things. First off, unfortunately, the month of Doctor Who has been cut off. Some personal things have come up. Don't worry, I'm fine. My family's fine. It's just I have to figure out a few things, and I need to take September to do that. So the month of the first Doctor will not be in September. It will be coming though, because it's a big thing and I want to do it right. Basically, I have a gimmick that I plan on working for all of the Doctors, and if I don't do it with Mr. Hartnell, then it's going to be weird and awkward if I do it with the other Doctors. So I have to push that back, because it's going to be a bit more involved, and I have to get some costume elements back together, because things happened. So September, I might be taking a bit of a hiatus, I think. Would just be the safe perspective. If I do get everything wrapped up and I can get the Doctor Who stuff started, I'm going to do that. And then maybe November, or I'll sprinkle in the Doctor Who stuff. November will be the month of the first Doctor. With some other videos potentially splashed in. So, yeah. My apologies for any of you who may be annoyed or bothered by this, but just life happens, and I can take the step back from YouTube and take care of some personal things. But I will be back, and things will be good, and it's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait for October. I have some cool plans with Patrick. And really quick, big shout out to him. You may have noticed some scenes seemed a bit different. Better quality and such. And that's because Patrick helped me out, actually, with this video. If you can spot the shots where he helped me out, that's awesome on you. I'm not at the point where I can give out prizes for cool stuff yet. But maybe one day. But, yeah, big shout out to him for helping me out and over this last year. Really helping to make the channel grow. Also, if you noticed in the credits, he got, 2 credit things. So I had to give myself 2 credit things. That way you guys aren't like, oh man, Pat's doing more than Brad. I'm doing this and I'm editing. So, ha-ha. With that said, everyone, thank you very much. If you have thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, as well as on my Facebook page, The Cosplay Enthusiast, and my Twitter, @ValiantBradley, because I actually remembered it this time. Alright, peace out, have fun, stay safe, and I, Valiant Bradley James, will catch you next time. Peace.